Ever dared to step foot in an abandoned, supposedly cursed villa? Well, a group of thrill-seeking friends did exactly that. Their journey began with a mix of anticipation and trepidation as they approached the dilapidated villa on the outskirts of town. As they stepped over the threshold, their initial excitement was swiftly replaced by an unsettling unease. The heavy air was saturated with the pungent stench of decay, the wallpaper peeling off the walls as if trying to escape the villa itself. They moved cautiously from room to room, their footsteps echoing in the eerie silence. The once grand mansion now appeared as a hollow shell, each room carrying a sense of desolation. Yet they couldn't shake off the feeling that they were not alone. An unseen presence seemed to follow them, its invisible eyes scrutinizing their every move. As they explored the villa, the feeling of being watched grew stronger. Little did they know their nightmare was about to begin. As darkness fell, the villa showed its true colors. An eerie silence descended, broken only by the chilling echo of doors slamming shut of their own accord. The chilling resonance of unseen footsteps echoed through the once grand halls, amplifying the sense of dread that hung in the air. The anticipation of ghostly encounters had initially been thrilling, a playful dance with fear. However, the house was not playing. It was as though the villa itself was alive, its decaying walls pulsating with an unseen menace. The friends huddled together, their laughter replaced with tense whispers and frightened glances. As the night deepened, the terrifying reality of their situation became clear. One by one, the friends began to disappear. The first was found in the master bedroom, his throat slit open, a look of sheer terror frozen on his face. Then another in the library, her lifeless body slumped over an antique desk, the same gruesome wound marking her as the second victim. The villa was no longer a thrilling adventure, it was a horrifying nightmare. The remaining friends scrambled to make sense of the brutal killings. Was it a vengeful spirit, a maniac hiding in the shadows? Or was the villa itself the killer, its curse proving all too real? The terror escalated with each passing hour. The friends were not just guests in this house, they were targets, trapped in a deadly game of cat and mouse with an unseen opponent. The chilling realization dawned on them that they were not dealing with ordinary ghosts. The spirits in this villa didn't just haunt, they killed. As the final friend was found, his body cold and lifeless in the once grand ballroom, the horrifying truth was undeniable. The villa was not just haunted, it was deadly. One by one, they fell prey to an unseen killer. The villa had claimed its fresh victims, its curse living on, waiting for the next group of thrill-seekers to dare step foot in its blood-stained halls. Trapped within the walls of the cursed villa, the surviving friends knew they had to escape. But how? Their hearts pounded like war drums in their chests as they desperately searched for a way out. The once inviting doors now stood as impenetrable barriers, their locks refusing to give way. The windows, too, were unyielding, as if the villa itself was determined to keep them trapped within its haunting embrace. Their breaths hitched in their throats, the taste of fear bitter on their tongues. Every creak of the old house, every rustle of the wind outside seemed to scream danger. Frantically, they tried door after door, window after window, but to no avail. The villa was not letting them go. As minutes ticked by, turning into what felt like hours, a chilling voice began to echo in the darkness, a voice that seemed to seep from the very walls, winding its way through the villa like a deadly serpent, the voice of the killer. It whispered promises of impending doom that sent shivers down their spines, its tone growing louder, closer with each passing second. A wave of dread washed over them. The voice was no longer a distant echo, but a present threat. The killer was near. Their hearts pounded harder, faster. The walls of the villa closed in around them. With the whispering voice of the killer closing in, their chances of survival were dwindling. In the face of an inescapable horror, the fate of the friends hangs in the balance. The chilling question remains, have they managed to escape the grip of the cursed villa, or did they meet a gruesome end, succumbing to its deadly curse? The mystery is thick, the suspense palpable. It leaves us on the edge of our seats, our minds teeming with speculations. What do you think happened to the friends? Did they escape, or did they become the next victims of the cursed villa?